With the Dallas Mavericks losing Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors last night, something really came to me, and it was the fact that so far we as NBA fans have somewhat been underappreciating just how good Luka Doncic has been so far in his career. Like, yes, everyone thinks he's great, everyone thinks he can become an all-time great, but what this guy's doing early in his career is just absolutely crazy, and it's something we might not ever see again. So in today's video, I'm just going to be giving him the love that he deserves. Before we get into the video, I ask you to drop a like on this video. It does help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want daily NBA content. Also, if you want to grow 3,000 subscribers. Also, drop a comment on this video. I do respond to all of my comments. And play that intro. When Luka Doncic was coming to the league, he had multiple people saying he would be great, and he also had multiple people saying that he would fail. I feel like a lot of people don't remember how much people were hating and doubting on this man. Coming to the league, so many people were saying Luka was not athletic enough to play in the league. They said his moves won't work the same way they did in Europe because NBA players are way faster and more athletic. They said he's going to be way too soft and weak because that's the stereotype of European players, that they are soft. A lot of people were saying he was overrated as a prospect and that there was no current NBA player he was similar to, and a lot of people just called him a safe pick because they said he'd be an average player and like a role player at best. Trust me, people generally used to say that. And even when you look at the draft class, he wasn't even selected to be a top 3 pick in the draft. Yes, I know the Hawks drafted him with the 3rd pick, but the Hawks immediately traded him to the Mavericks, who had the 4th pick. The Hawks just did that so they could get extra assets. They didn't actually believe Luka was a top 3 prospect in this class. And we all know how great he is now. Something we also have to acknowledge is how great this guy has been early into his career. We all know he won the Rookie of the Year. I'm not even talking about that because we've seen lots of great rookies. But what I'm talking about is his 2nd year until now. In only his 2nd year, Luka Doncic was already a top 10 player in the league, and it was clear that he was. He's a guy averaging 28 points and 9 rebounds and 9 assists on good efficiency. He was a guy who was already fantastic in the playoffs, nearly defeating the Clippers, who were the favorites to win the championship in the bubble. And then in his 3rd year, he put up similar numbers and nearly beat the Clippers again all by himself with very little help against the same Clippers team that he had an even stronger roster. Now this year, he's putting up identical numbers in the regular season, leading his team to a really good record and leading his team all the way to the Western Conference Finals when a lot of people didn't have them making out the 1st round. And I mean no one, literally no one had them coming out the 2nd round on top of the Phoenix Suns, especially when they went down 2-0. He's just been amazing all year, always beating the odds of what people think he's able to do. Remember earlier on in the season, people were saying that Trae Young was better than Luka, and the biggest reason for them saying that was because Trae had made it all the way to the conference finals and Luka hadn't even made it out the 1st round. What people failed to realize is that Luka is in a way harder conference and Trae Young has way more help than Luka Doncic does, but that's not the point. Luka already has the highest points per game average in the playoffs than any other player in NBA history, even more than Michael Jordan, LeBron James, or Kevin Durant. Obviously, we can't expect him to average 33 points per game his whole playoff career, but I generally wouldn't be surprised if this guy averages the most playoff points per game in history, because from what we've seen so far, he never has bad playoff games. Like he's very consistent, and all the series he plays, he'll only have like one legitimate bad game. I don't think we've ever seen a player individually be this good in his first 4 years outside of the guys who are top 5 in NBA history. And that's why I think, that's a big reason why I think this guy's a future top 10 player in NBA history for sure, as long as he can stay healthy. Even when it comes to a guy like Kobe Bryant, who's a guy who most people consider to be a top 8 player in NBA history, it took him until his 5th year to become a legitimate superstar. With Luka, he's been a superstar since his 2nd year, and he's already broken so much records. All I'm saying is appreciate him now, because I guarantee you we're not going to see another guy this good early into his career for a really long time, because the last time we saw a guy start off this good was LeBron James, and that was like 17 years ago. Also, we have to realize it's not like Doncic has been put in the most perfect situation. I'm not going to cap and act like the Mavericks have just been doing terrible with the support they put around him. They could have been like the Pelicans with Anthony Davis or the Timberwolves with Kevin Garnett. But if we're being honest, the help surrounding Luka has not been ideal. It's been like all right, but not ideal enough to actually win the championship. But I hope you guys know right now I'm giving them some credit, because the team surrounding Luka right now is pretty solid, because they're really good on defense and they can shoot, but he doesn't have a second legitimate star. Guys like Kevin Durant got Russell Westbrook early into his career, as well as great role players like Harden and Ibaka. And then Steph Curry, he was drafted to Golden State. Although Golden State wasn't immediately great, he had a great organization that put behind him the perfect players to build a dynasty. And even if you want to talk about players right now, Jason Tatum has Jaylen Brown, one of the best secondary stars in the league, along with a lot of great role players. I could give so much more examples, but you have to understand, if Luka was in a perfect situation like some other players are, he would be taking advantage of it way more than they are. And I truly believe that Luka could be more than just a top 10 player in NBA history. I believe he could be the greatest player in NBA history, but to be honest, for that to happen, everything would have to go perfect in his career. He'd have to probably surpass Jordan in rings, along with a lot of other accolades. He's also going to have to improve on the defensive side of the floor, because no top 10 player in NBA history is bad on defense, and he's legitimately a liability at times. But regardless, this guy is amazing, and I feel like people already know he's great, but we're not realizing we might not ever see a player like him again. We truly might be just watching the GOAT right now without realizing it. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Let me know whether or not you think Luka Doncic could be the GOAT. Drop a like on this video, help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want daily NBA content. Also, you want us to grow 3,000 subscribers. Also, drop a comment on this video. I do respond to all the comments. And play that intro.